You might be familiar with the science behind adverse childhood experiences, but how familiar are you with positive childhood experiences, also called PCEs? Hello, I'm Jill Walsh
I'm Brittany Jerry.
from Positive Childhood Alliance, Georgia, and we're here to answer the question.
What's the research behind positive childhood experiences?
You might be familiar with the science behind adverse childhood experiences, but how familiar are you with positive childhood experiences, also called PCEs? Even without knowing the research behind it, my guess is that most people can attest to the positive impact of PCEs based on their own experiences in childhood. But I bet that most people don't know how truly amazing PCEs are, so let's dig into some of that research.
When looking into PCEs, researchers generally use 7 questions to help understand if an individual has a lot or few PCEs. They ask, as a child, were you able to talk with your family members about your feelings, feel safe at home, and had family that stood by you during difficult times? They ask about a sense of belonging at school and among peers, as well as within their community. They also ask if you had any adults who acted as mentors or cheerleaders for them outside of their parents. At their core, PCEs are about children feeling safe, supported, and connected.
Some of the initial studies found that people with more PCEs reported better mental health as adults in a dose-dependent way, meaning that more positive childhood experiences a person had, the more likely they were to report good mental health. Among people who had reported 0 to 2 positive childhood experiences, so people who had fewer positive childhood experiences, only 51% reported that they had good mental health as adults. Now compare that to people who had 6 to 7 positive childhood experiences, so a higher number. 87% of them reported having good mental health as adults. This study also shows that the protective nature of PCEs remains even in the face of adversity. So even among people who had higher ACE scores, the results were similar. The more PCEs, the more likely a person is to report better mental health as adults. And further research has shown that PCEs are associated with higher household incomes, academic success, having more college degrees, being employed. Adults reporting more PCEs also report better physical and mental health. PCEs have even been linked to lower rates of chronic heart disease, depression, as well as lower odds of cigarette smoking, alcohol consumption, and illicit drug use.
But there is also a lot of new research that shows the immediate and positive impact PCEs have on kids and youth. A 2023 study showed PCEs to increase child flourishing, which is defined as showing an interest and curiosity in learning new things, working to finish tasks they started, and staying calm and in control when faced with a challenge. And that study included over 40,000 kids.
A 2024 study found that more PCEs reduce the odds of anxiety, depression, aggression, and attention problems in preteens experiencing discrimination. And that study was done with a sample of over 11,000 preteens. A 2025 study showed that the odds of delinquency in high schoolers went down 14% for every 1 point increase in PCEs.
A 2023 study found youth with more PCEs had lower odds of perpetrating bullying or being bullied.
The evidence is clear. When we talk about supporting the development of kids, we can't just talk about risks and adversity. We must also focus on growing the good and positive in the life of all kids.